Today, we will cook several types of onigiri at once. Here you press, and like this, this is an indescribable feeling. Welcome to Yoshi Fujiwara. Today we will cook a snack that in Japan we usually eat outside the house, at a picnic, a walk, or in the park. They can be both light snacks and a full lunch at work, because they are perfectly suitable for a lunchbox. I am talking about rice pies, onigiri. Today we will cook several types of onigiri at once. I will show how easy it is to form them at home and conveniently take them with you on the road. Watch this video till the end. To begin with, I want to say thank you for continuing to watch our channel. I will be very glad if you press the button down here to subscribe and always be aware of new videos. So today we will cook 3 types of onigiri. The first with tuna and mayonnaise. Of course, canned tuna differs from fresh both in taste and in quality. But in onigiri, mostly exactly such canned tuna is used. To the tuna, we will add a little seasoning, mayonnaise and onion, stewed in butter. For the second type, we will cook rice with chicken and ketchup. In Japan, this is a very popular dish, omurice, which we will wrap in a kinsi omelet. There are 2 types. The third with yukari. This is a very tasty seasoning. It is made from shiso leaves. This purple shiso and salt. In the composition of yukari, there are also other spices, but you can manage with only shiso and salt. I will not bother. Yukari, I already have ready. Well, let's start with the first type. Onigiri with tuna. And first, heat the frying pan. We need to drain excess oil and mash tuna into a uniform mass. Oh, firm. Now a little trick. See, if the can does not open, you need to warm it a little with hot water. Or directly on the fire, it will open immediately. That's such a life hack. If there is a lot of oil on tuna, drain, please. The excess, that's it. Transfer into a bowl. And mix well into one mass. Now add a little butter. If there is no butter, you can fry in vegetable oil a little. As for proportion, it all depends on the amount of tuna. About 1/3 of onion is needed for filling. And mayonnaise we will then add about as much as sautéed onion. 1/3. Sauté onion. About 2 minutes, no more. If you fry the onion longer, to full readiness, it won't be spicy anymore. Mix well. Onion before frying had to be chopped, rinsed, and a little pressed with a napkin. Then it becomes more tender. Add a little pepper and salt. Now add soy sauce. If possible, use a sauce produced in Japan. Pour very little. Now the onion is already cooled enough, almost cold, and you can safely add mayonnaise. If you add Japanese mayonnaise when the onion is still warm, it can stratify. Therefore, please first cool the filling. I, of course, use Japanese mayonnaise, but if you don't have it, you can take Ukrainian or American. But be careful, because from this, the taste balance will change. So adjust the filling to your taste. So the filling is almost ready. By the way, there is one important point. In Japan, we add shichimi togarashi to the filling. Such seasoning. But if there is no such mix, you can take something similar, for example, Tabasco sauce. It is about the same spiciness. And if you cook for children, nothing spicy should be added at all. So pay attention and cook wisely, please. So, the filling of tuna with mayonnaise is ready. Further, we will form and fill the rice onigiri. For onigiri, no matter what, the main thing is rice. And of course, nori seaweed. In our restaurant, we cook a lot of rice and always use such Japanese rice. We order it in large batches. But for home, so much is not needed. A good alternative can be such rice from katana. With it too, it turns out rather tasty. So if you do not find real Japanese, use such, please. I have already shown how to cook rice correctly in previous videos. For example, about how to cook temaki, hand-rolled sushi. Look there, please. We take a little water. In sushi rice, we would add vinegar dressing. And in rice for onigiri, only salt. Add a little, only a couple of pinches. In principle, the concentration of salt in rice should be 1 to 2%. But at home, you may not give such precision special importance. Just taste it. It should be a little salty. But not very, only a little bit. There are many ways to form onigiri. For example, in production, when dealing with large volumes, they use molds. Like this, rice is simply pressed into them. And here is another way. Such a thing. Here. Put rice, press here, and here you press, and like this they fall out. Very convenient device. If you find it somewhere, you can use it. I, of course, mold onigiri with my hands, therefore for me such is not very needed. But if skill is not enough, molds can be very useful. At the end of the video, I will show how to use them. We wet hands with salty water. There is also another way to salt rice. You can simply pour salt on your palm. But anyway, it will be necessary to wet your hands with water. Whatever you say, molding onigiri like this is much easier. So, take about 80 grams of rice. About as much as for thin sushi rolls hosomaki. Then form such a triangle. Be gentle if pressed very thoroughly. It will not be tasty. Such a shape should turn out. Here in the middle, we make a small hole and put the filling there. Add on top a little rice, very little, so that to seal the hole and return the initial shape. Then onigiri will not fall apart, like this. See what I got? I will mold another one. Make a hole in the middle and add filling. If the filling is too much, it can be closed not with rice, but immediately with nori. But today, I will do everything nicely. Seal with a lump of rice. There are different shapes of onigiri, but the most popular is the triangle. All simple. This way they are easiest to eat, just to bite it from the corner. Therefore, in Japan, onigiri most often looks exactly like this. But they are also four-sided, and in the form of a barrel. There are even mini onigiri, like balls, but the standard classical shape is the triangle. Therefore, we cook exactly this way. To begin, I will show you something purely Japanese. Perhaps someone saw onigiri in such packaging in Japanese stores. Thanks to this wrap, nori do not immediately touch rice and do not get wet. It is convenient to cook it in advance or for later. We put onigiri in the middle and wrap, 2 corners inward, 2 outward. On top, you can put a sticker. And if you don't have it, you can piece it together even with a stapler. It does not matter much. Ready. Now the second. It is not so important how exactly you wrap rice. The main thing is that nori remains dry. If they get wet, it will not be so tasty. Like this. In such form, they are usually sold in Japanese convenience stores, konbini. In Ukraine, you can try such onigiri only in my restaurant. If you want to try onigiri, you can order on our website. We will prepare them for you with pleasure, or cook yourselves. I think you will manage anyway. But now I will show how they should be eaten. See the stripes? One here, second and third here. We pull by the corners, and ready onigiri appears. Rice moist and sheet nori crispy. The wrap keeps nori dry. This is a very, very good option for lunchboxes, excursion trips, picnics, or outings to nature. Be sure to try to do so. You will like it very much. And now we will cook omurice onigiri. In fact, omurice is quite a full-fledged dish. I think that it exists only in Japan. Nowhere else have I seen that fried rice with ketchup is wrapped in an omelet. Why today I decided to make it in the form of onigiri? Because it is simply boring when you have only white rice and black nori. I wanted to add color a little. Bright red ketchup, golden threads of thin kinsi tamago omelet, emerald green soybeans, edamame. It will be very beautiful and tasty. As you see, I cut chicken fillet into small cubes. Most often in Japan, people use chicken breast or, for example, thighs. But in this dish, one can also put other meat. Pork or beef depends on your personal preferences and traditions of your family. So you need to heat the frying pan well and add butter. When butter melts, send the chicken. Fry chicken together with finely chopped onion, so it will be tastier. And now you can add boiled rice into the pan. Breast cooks very quickly. Therefore, rice can be added when it barely browns. But if you take other parts, please add rice only after the meat is completely cooked. Salt and pepper. If you have, you can add a little dashi broth, but it is not obligatory. The dish already has an excellent taste, enough to add ketchup and a little fry all together. But suddenly, you still find such granular dashi, be sure to add. With it, it will be much tastier. Sprinkle right on rice, about 1 teaspoon. And that's enough. And now ketchup. Add generously. If you want to know the detailed recipe of omurice, write please in the comments. I will certainly tell you and show. This is a very simple dish, but in it too, there are its little tricks. So do not hesitate to comment, please. Write what recipes you are interested in, and I will show how they are cooked exactly in Japan. Mix well to uniformity. There, see? No millimeter of white rice should remain. Very good. As soon as ketchup completely joins with rice, turn off the fire. Today I will use edamame. These are slightly boiled soybeans. We need them for the beautiful green color of the dish. But if there are no such beans, you can take string beans or green peas. Also will be good. Well then, omurice is already ready. It remains to make onigiri from it. So we will wrap it in a thin omelette kinsi tomago. I have already told you several times how to cook it. You can look at this video. I explained everything in detail. Part we cut into threads. A couple leave whole. Of course, to cook onigiri is much easier when omurice already cooled. Hot rice can be used only if you cook it to eat immediately. If you are going to take onigiri with you, be sure to wait until it cools. If you make onigiri from hot ingredients and leave it, for example, under the lid, inside, how to explain, favorable medium for multiplication of bacteria will arise. Therefore, please first cool and only then cook. Now take plastic wrap. Now I will show how we will wrap it. Put the filling in the center of the pancake and form such a square. In fact, there are many ways to wrap omurice onigiri. Today, we are forming it like this. Why the square shape? When we cut this square, everything will become clear. Now with the help of plastic wrap, we fix the form of onigiri. Ready. And of course, nori. What will we do without it? I already more than once said that nori is a versatile product. It is very rich in minerals and useful, including for thyroid. Yes, and the whole body. So it makes sense from time to time to include them in your diet. This time we will add an omelet inside onigiri. Put filling on top. Put filling on top, threads kinsi tomago, and again omurice. It turns out to be such an envelope. See? Like this. For reliability, it is better to wrap nori with wrap. Then onigiri exactly will keep its shape. So why do I use plastic wrap? Now you will see. We cut each onigiri into 2 rectangles. Like this. Put it into the lunchbox. See how it turns out? So, plastic film. It not only helps onigiri to keep its shape, but it is simply more convenient to eat. Just turn the wrap from edge and bite it. Hands are clean. Nothing falls anywhere. In my opinion, this is an excellent solution for a colorful bento or lunchbox. Such onigiri is always convenient to take with you to work. If you liked omurice onigiri, put like under this video. And for the subscription, I, of course, also will be very grateful. And we still have to cook onigiri with seasoning Yukari. In this type of onigiri, we will use seasoning for rice Yukari. If you mix rice with it and leave it for some time, it will change color. Therefore, for the beginning, we will deal with rice. First, mix rice and Yukari. Much seasoning is not needed. Pour about this much. Then lightly mix. Here is about 1 tablespoon with heap. If you add more, the color will be brighter. Carefully mix. In about 10 minutes, the rice will absorb the Yukari and such a purple color will appear. There, look. The rice rested a little and gained such a bright purple. You can add a little shiso. In principle, it is already enough. The yukari itself has a pleasant taste, but I miss the brightness of taste. Therefore, add a little green leaves. Here it is. The aroma completely changed. There is no need to thoroughly press rice. It is enough to lightly mix it all with a stick. Well, let's try to make onigiri with the help of this form. These onigiri can be made as usual with hands. Like this, see? But I will try to make it with mold. Put rice. Carefully level. Turn. Press here. And ready. There are small differences, of course, but in general, it is very similar. Now nori. Wrap it as you like, or in such sheets, or in usual leaves of nori. Well, some types of onigiri spoil quickly. It depends on filling. But Yukari Onigiri can be stored for several days. Just before eating, unwrap onigiri, heat rice in the microwave, then again wrap nori, and only then enjoy. It will be very tasty, even after 3 days, I promise you. Well, today we cooked 3 types of onigiri, with tuna and mayonnaise, with omurice, and with seasoning from shiso leaves. If you liked this video, please subscribe to our channel. And if during watching questions or thoughts have appeared, leave them, please, in comments under the video. Thank you for watching. And as I promised, I will show how to use molds. Put rice here, about half of the mold. If there is more, it will climb out of the form. This much is enough. Make a hole for filling. Here, of course, you can put much. But if there is too much filling, onigiri will fall apart. Like this. Now take the second part of the rice. Preferably form it into triangles, so rice fills the whole mold well. Do not fill to the top, otherwise they cannot be pressed out. Like this. Now just press, and then press here. And turn out such onigiri. Very convenient. An important point. Earlier onigiri were served simply like this, wrapped in leaves of nori. Now there are nori in plastic packaging, therefore most often they are used. But if you cook at home, it is very tasty to eat them wrapped in an ordinary sheet of nori. This is an indescribable feeling. Be sure to try. See you in the next video.